So Tony, your thoughts about tomorrow's game?
My thoughts about tomorrow's game mostly is just all of us, including the coaching staff, just going there with confidence and having a mindset that there is still a chance that we can win. It might be 2 games, but at the end of the day, we still got a chance. So that's the first thing we need to think about, and the first thing we need to have on our mind when we walk in this building tomorrow.
You're playing for the 3rd team in one season. It's very hard year for you.
Not really. Honestly, I've never been on 3 teams in 1 year ever, but the adjustments was a little difficult. But after I was able to, do that in my 2nd team and be able to come here and kind of pick up on everything fast, it wasn't too hard to adjust.
What was different playing against Rytas in the Lithuanian League and in the Champions League? Did you feel any difference?
I would say we played them, when I first played them, we played them at a team I was on in Lithuania, so I didn't know the crowd was, that amped up and, that hype for their team. So I would say that, number 1. And number 2, not really. They got a couple new guys now, so, it's kind of different trying to see how they play outside of film because, once you play somebody once, you kind of can have a feel for how they play and how they look when they play. So I would say, really for me, just the crowd overall playing-wise, nothing different.
What are you trying to do different this game, tomorrow, comparing to the last week's game that ended in a loss, but a very narrow loss, I would say?
Honestly, to answer that question, I would have to say once we get a lead this time, we got to keep it. Instead of, a game, the game of basketball is about runs, but, when they get down to that crunch time, you want to be the one carrying that lead and keeping it throughout the game and not losing it towards the end.
Did you follow how Nevėžio is playing?
Yeah, actually, I still talk to a couple guys, over there who play. They kind of give me their rundown, how they're playing, how everything's going with them. So, I follow here and there, but mostly just, when my Nevėžio guys are playing, I tune in and watch and support them. So.
Last week I overheard a distant conversation, and you said something like it was quite boring in Kėdainiai. Can you elaborate on that?
It's more of like a small little town, village, you can call it. It's not ideal, but I would say, but honestly, it was just more, different from, where I'm from. I'm used to being, being able to go to a city, like a big city, like 15 minutes away. And, used to seeing a lot of people, and, every time you go out, there's thousands of people out. But when I was there, it was pretty small. I mean, great community, but, it was boring for me.
Does that drain the basketball player out? I mean, he comes in, he enjoys the, first 2 weeks, and then he kind of gets a bit. He wants something new.
Not really. I'm a boring guy myself, so I can't complain. But I do like to go out and find different things to do, nearby. So, it's not too bad. But for me, I'm a boring guy, so, I don't really do much besides, cook, play the game, eat, just sleep, talk on the phone to my fiance. That's in my family. That's pretty much it. So, I'm boring myself, so I couldn't complain. Not really. When I first got here, it was kind of, pushed in me to, kind of pick up on how we run defense, how they play defense, how we run offense, and what we do. How we play offense, I kind of played it growing up and throughout my college career and, my previous teams a little bit. Defense, I kind of pick up on it, pretty fast because I love getting steals so I can have my breakaway dunks and things like that. So I love, both sides of what they do.
On the same question, my colleague asked your coach, do you think the pressure is now on your side or on Rytas' side? Because the situations are different but quite similar at the same time. You must win. Rytas, doesn't want to go back home.
For us, I would say I don't really think, for me, in my opinion, I don't think we really have any pressure on ourselves or our team because we kind of seen the first game. We had the game in the bag at a certain point, but we kind of, had those different type of, what's that word?
Bumps in the road.
Yeah, okay, we go bumps in the road. Had a couple bumps in the road down the line. So, as long as we do that, now that we know that, and, we can, get rid of all the mistakes that we made and we came across, I think we'll be fine. But pressure, I don't really do the pressure thing. I'm ready to put some pressure on somebody.